so affected by this issue. And I think that your leadership is very important. So on behalf at least the Latino community, again, 1/3 of all city residents, a significant population in New York State, it's a very important stance that you're taking. And we just want to, at least as a faith community, affirm your leadership.
Thank you, Bishop Rivera. I appreciate that.
Thank you very much. I'm Joseph Cardona. I'm Norman's father. I'm very thankful for everything you do. Thank you. I've been 8 months in detention center, and I've been through all this situation. It's terrible trouble, mental health, and thank God I'm being strong, and I can go through this, and thank you for everything you do for the workers, and because I'm not a criminal, just looking for something to survive, to feed my kids, and to pay all my bills. That's all I do. And it was terrible over there, but thank God I'm here. I'm back. Thank you, and thank you everything.
I started crying when Norman told me your story. So.
Oh, thank you.
It was so emotional. It was so emotional. And he said everything you did was for you, and he made the honor roll, and he wanted nothing more than to tell you in person they made the honor roll. That just brought me to tears. So thank you.
Thank you very much.
You raised some good boys. You did good. You did good.
I'm glad. I'm proud of them.
Yeah.
And I couldn't take my older children because he wasn't testing. So, but I took Norman but all I want to say is thank you for everything you do.
Yeah, yeah.
All right.
That's the thing, right? No. Those are the stories. They're the real ones, the human ones, the ones that they don't touch your heart and break your heart. Then you really are not really human. You've lost compassion, and so
Thank you. God bless you.
I'm so happy that you're back.
Thank you very much.
Governor Hochul, I'm Sean White, Superintendent of the Roosevelt Union Free School District. 68% of our students are Hispanic Latino, and the other percentage of 32% of our students are African American. One of the things that we teach our students in our schools here in the state of New York and around the country is our core democratic values. And one of those core democratic values is common good. And I, unfortunately, was in a situation where I found out that one of our students, the very first student in Nassau County on the island that was detained by ICE, was just coming home from going to the grocery store. And it was in the month of May or early spring. And when he was detained, he was on his way to graduating and getting his high school diploma. And unfortunately, he didn't have the opportunity to walk like everyone else at commencement to get his diploma, to shake hands with the Board of Education and have that special moment with his family. And in that situation, he was sent to Texas, outside of the state of New York, at a detention center, where I ended up having an opportunity to visit. I took some time off to go over there and meet with him, to have a conversation with him, and make no mistake about it, it is a prison that they're placing these individuals in. So he was there for a number of months, and I also want to let you know that what they do to these detainees, especially these young detainees, is they try to intimidate them. They try to tell them, either you sign away on this sheet of paper your rights or if you choose to self-deport, or we'll deport you and you now have the right to come back. That's what he was told. So he was fearful he would never have the opportunity to come back here to New York, Nassau County, to be with his family. So he signed it. So there's a long story with all of this, but I didn't get an opportunity to give him his diploma, even his yearbook, his cap and gown, which was the goal and objective, with me going there. So him being deported, I made the decision to go out to Guatemala because I didn't want this story to end there, you know. And I had the fortunate opportunity to meet with his family, his dad, his sister. His mom, unfortunately, has gone on to glory and didn't have the opportunity to be there for him. But at least I had the opportunity to give him what it is that he was denied on the day of graduation. It was just simply delayed. So I'm grateful for your work. I'm grateful for the state of New York and you keeping our students and our school districts safe.
Thanks for the compassion you showed this young man. These are the quiet heroes that walk among us. And that conviction that this young person decided it deserved, which you gave him, is a story I'm going to keep with me. And that we are fortunate to have people that just care so deeply. I'm proud. Proud to be a governor of a state that has people like this who will be on the front lines of fighting in their own way. Thank you.
Mr. Reed.
Good morning. Frankie Miranda, President and CEO, Hispanic Federation. Governor, I just want to say thank you. Thank you for your leadership. From the very beginning, you have been an incredible friend to our community. But I want to double-click on something that you mentioned when you started this conversation, and it's about sending a strong message to the federal government. From the very beginning, you have been an incredible champion of defending the rights of all New Yorkers. But what is happening today is going to have a repercussion at the national level, sending a strong message of what can be done at the state level to protect people at the state level, to serve as a model of implementation, but also sending a strong message to the federal government that this will not be allowed or tolerated in our state. And you're leading that charge. You're leading that charge. Because what we have been seeing in Chicago, Los Angeles, Charlotte, and Minneapolis, and so many other places, it is truly a rehearsal for what they want to do in New York. We represent what they hate. We represent sanctuary cities, we represent the economic prosperity of a state that is driven by the right values. And you are the head of this state, and you have demonstrated that leadership and that commitment. And we need to make sure that what is happening in other states is not a rehearsal, but that what they want to do in New York. Now they know that they will have a really, really hard time if they think about coming here the way that they have done in other states and other cities. So thank you. Now we need to work on our communities to really understand their rights and that they're protected, and that is our commitment as a nonprofit sector to be those trusted messengers for you and for this legislation.
No, thank you so much. Thank you so. And one other dynamic that was referenced is the ban on 287G agreements, which simply allow for local police officers to be deputized as ICE agents. And our view is, and I dubbed the law local cops, local crimes, I want our local police officers focused on local crimes. Or responding to an auto accident or a domestic violence case or a shooting. And I'm funding many of these entities. We've allocated over $3 billion in the last few years toward law enforcement, all local law enforcement. And to know that there's an agency, the ICE has $85 billion operating budget, $85 billion. They're literally taking people off the streets and deputizing them. They do not need or should have access to our local police who have another job to do that is paid for by the local taxpayers in the state of New York. It is wildly inappropriate that these be allowed. Want some water? That's some water for me. That's water, Kate. I know there's a lot of water.
We're grabbing one.
Okay, thanks, yeah. It's all right. So these contracts are for a number of months. We're telling all the entities, I think there's maybe 9 counties, maybe 12 agencies around the state. So it's not, we have 62 counties, only 9 do this. But they will be vocally opposed to what we're doing here, but they're saying they have to go back to their own residents and explain to them why you're allowing police officers to be taken off their jobs to do civil ICE enforcement, civil immigration enforcement. Not fighting crimes, not protecting the community, but to do ICE's job for them. That's what we're ending as well. That makes no sense to me. And using jails that are supported by local taxpayers to be your own detention centers, we're banning that as well. because some of these are hellholes as well. So these are the fights we're up against, but you just have to do the right thing in life. And today is so crystal clear to me what is the right thing to do on behalf of the people of the state, and as you mentioned, Frankie, to send a message to Washington and the rest of the country that enough is enough. Enough is enough.
So we're going to really quickly clear this all around.
How you doing?
Welcome, Stacey.
Is it on? Yeah, how's school going?
Good, really?
Yeah.